Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Community Connections. I'm super excited today to have my friends and colleagues from Primrose Five Forks, owner Gil Benjamin and Senior Director Jeanne VanEmburgh with us today. I probably said that. I apologize to Jeanne after doing that, but you knew I would butcher something there. So Jeanne and Gil, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
So, you try to get that whole intro in, and it's a mouthful of words, so you got to have some fun to get started. So first, let's just talk about you. Gil, I know you've been owner there for about 8 years. We were talking before air, and Jeanne, you've been there 25 years. So tell us a little bit about your story. I know you guys, just from what I know, have such a huge impact on the community, and we're just wanting to learn and share with our audience today.
Okay, so, well, I actually started here 25 years ago. I started as a teacher, was in the classroom for maybe about a year, was offered the assistant director position, and then the director left and was offered the director's position. So it was kind of a lot about me, because as much as I love the kids, I love the business side of the school too. So, it's, I've seen it change a lot, seen it grow. I mean, Primrose is a great company. They are all about the children, the education, but also the safety and family connections. We grew from starting, from being involved in the community. Community was always important to the school, and family connections. I mean, we treat, families like they're our own. Like we always joke when we do a tour, they're first-time parents are nervous about dropping their children off, but we're like, pretty soon you'll be inviting us to Thanksgiving dinner. Like it's all about getting to know them and making them feel comfortable in the school. Worked with Gil for 8 years. We had one other owner, a couple different, assistant directors, but we all just worked together to provide a great environment for the children.
No, it's evident. I mean, and I love the word. See, you had connections and community in there, so that's a good show name, Community Connections. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But but no, I mean, it's true. I mean, I hear through the community just how it is family with you guys. And and to tell us, Gil, so you've been at it there 8 years. A little bit about your background and what you've been seeing, or want to share with our audience.
I was in the property and casualty insurance business for 25 years. And then decided that I had a passion for children and education. Both my parents were educators in New York City. And then I was fortunate enough to get connected with Primrose. And I liked their platform. I liked the way they handle business. And then I really got blessed because I got to work in Jeanne. So 8 years ago, you walk in the door, you don't really know a lot about how to run this kind of business. I've run other businesses, but not how to run this. And every day I wake up, I just feel extremely fortunate that I have this lady sitting next to me because she knows what she's doing. We're a good team. And the thing about her is that she just continues to grow. So even though she's been doing this 25 years, as the world has changed, she's changed. She's had to. And she just continues to evolve. I don't make any decisions in this business without talking to Jeanne. None. And so if you're a business owner, you should have a partner like Jeanne or someone that you can bounce ideas off of. And I take her input.
No, I was going to say, as a marketing guy, I think I'm going to buy the domain askjeanne.com.
There you go.
I mean, I'm sorry. I was making a mental note.
That's good.
I was making a mental note there.
That's it. I literally don't make any decisions at this school around the business without consulting with Jeanne and having Jeanne's input. And it's because I know that she has the children first. Our first focus and our only focus is the kids. And then we focus on families, we focus on the employees. Even going through the COVID-19, we closed for 17 days. And we always put the children first. If it was our children, what would we want to do? If it was our kids, how would we want them to be treated? And so you just find a way to play a role. The first year I was here, Jeanne carried me. I didn't know what to do. I just asked her and she told me what to do. And then over the years, you kind of learn to anticipate things so that you could become a more helpful owner to her.
We were talking about going on air before we went on air about, I'm to the end of the drill, this doctorate in leadership, but that's the ultimate in leadership is just taking the people around you and making the organization better. And, after I buy that domain name, Jeanne, I'll resell it to you for discounted rate of $10 or something. But no, honestly, that is very true.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question though. During the COVID-19 17 days, did that have to push you guys? Like, I think I've seen a lot of businesses, my business where this show evolved from, out of your comfort zone in terms of really thinking differently for those kids?
Oh, sure. I mean, most definitely. I mean, of all my years, we never had been in that position before. So we had to really think out of the block, because we had a lot of loyalty to this, with our parents, but we had to understand how they felt about bringing their children, how the teachers felt about working, how we felt about working. And, it was really a week by week, like we sent out a weekly newsletter every week and just like an update of everything. So trying to give them a comfort zone and deciding which step by step what we were going to do. So, because every day things changed.
And the biggest thing I think is if you put the children first and the families first, decisions become a whole lot easier.
Right.
If you focus on the employees, so even while we were closed for the 17 days, we continued to pay the employees their full salaries.
Well, and it's just so apparent you guys do the things the right way. And, we go back, Gil, and you and I know we do try to treat people the way we want to be treated. And,
Right.
I was watching early on in this, God, it seems like it's been forever. I've lost track of time with this COVID-19, but I think when my kids first were home, we all sat together, watched that Frozen 2, and it said, if you don't know what to do the next right thing. And,
Right.
that's what,
Right.
Nobody had a playbook for this of how to create that. But, being that my wife's a teacher, y'all will find funny, she was tapped to be the digital learning coordinator for next school year, the one coming up. So she was in training, and I said, "You've just got an MBA on the job," because
Not that right.
I mean, every teacher was prepared. They were prepared for 3 days,
Right.
and so I applaud what all you guys do. I mean, seriously, all my principal friends, educators, because it's so important. I mean, we're empowering this next generation, and share some encouraging things because our news right now is filled with pretty much what's going on with COVID-19 everywhere, but maybe some encouraging things you've seen through this time or things that have inspired you that we can share with our audience.
I think that we've been there for the families.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we've shown the families a lot of respect and a lot of care. We miss the kids tremendously. We've adapted so that we can still figure out different ways of staying in touch with them, whether it be Zoom conference calls. We've read books to them. We've had teachers volunteer to read books to the kids and post it on Facebook. We've gotten a lot of reactions from that. Jeanne came up with a great idea several weeks ago where we have a mom who's a frontline worker, nurse. And so she came up with an idea that we were going to provide lunch to that nurse's entire staff. And I think it was about 30 people or so.
Yeah.
And Jeanne cooked meals. The other 2 assistant directors made desserts. And I delivered a bunch of food to a local hospital to support the family. And that made us feel really, really good to know that we could do that. And we did that while we were closed.
Yeah.
And so it was just awesome to be able to continue to support a mom who's out here supporting any one of us who could be in a really bad place right now.
We were just trying to think out of the box. You heard these businesses changing their business and, doing things. So as you go one day, I'm like, well, why don't we just serve one of our parents? And
Awesome.
and it was fun and it was great. Like I loved doing it. They were so thankful. And so really that's the least we could have done at the time.
The other thing is we've been fortunate. We get a lot of, it's a stressful time for everybody. And the 99% of the notes, emails, calls we get from families are just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
How supportive the families have been. We wrote letters to families about supporting our teachers even while we were gone. And I can't tell you how many families stepped up and continue to support our teachers. Even if their children weren't coming here at the time because they were home, they still continue to support our teachers. So it says a lot about the Lilburn, Lawrenceville, Snellville area. It says a lot about the families that we've been able to attract here. And it says something about our teachers that the families said, when our kids come back, we want them to have those teachers because those teachers love our kids. And so I feel encouraged. I come in and I ask Jeanne all the time, hey, what kind of emails are we getting? What kind of feedback are we getting? And 99% of it has just been over the top positive and encouraging. So when you have families encouraging you and you're encouraging families and kids, it's great. Our teachers love the Zoom calls, but quite frankly, we want the kids in the building. We want to see them.
Right.
Well, and, you know, a lot of the parents, they didn't even, you know, they wanted to they paid tuition for us to donate to the teachers, because it's very rare that you have a school where both your children have gone through the school and had the same teachers. And we have a lot of consistency with our teachers. We have a lot of long-term teachers. So they wanted them to make sure that they were still there. So that was that made us feel good. But, you know, at the same time, we wanted to be fair with them too. So we tried to, you know, give them things back, you know, in the next couple of weeks.
To make sure that they got value for what they were doing. The other thing, Ryan, and you won't be surprised by this, the number of families that came in, we discounted our tuition by 50% for about 5 or 6 weeks. I can't tell you the number of families that came in and wrote checks for 100% because they wanted to make sure the teachers got taken care of. We even had a family come in and say, look, I'm going to write you a check for 100%. Use the extra money to give to a family that might have gotten laid off or might be in a bad place. It's just unbelievable, the generosity of people that are out in this community.
Well, guys, I really appreciate that. And, you know, that just kind of warms my heart because I see those things so much. I mean, and yet, you know, most of the news, even when you're on social media, just doesn't reflect that, you know. And,
I know. It's a shame, isn't it?
It is. And so I became determined to say, you know, beyond our magazines, whatever, I'm going to put this through every forum because these stories you're sharing, I mean, my kids have told me somebody's bought them a cup of coffee in the line of, you know, Dunkin' Donuts, you know, have a nice day, or groceries. I'm hearing people stepping up to a degree that I always thought our community would do, but they're doing it. They're living it. And you know, restaurants, I'm sure you guys have seen that. I mean, people have flocked to support restaurants that, you know, if they didn't have takeout food, I mean, they don't have a business. And so I've been you know, we're doing these right now. A lot of them have been Atlantic, Gwinnett based, but this is all over the country. This is taking place. And I'm just determined to share these stories because they're just not reported enough. And what you guys are sharing,
you're absolutely right. The month of March and the beginning of April, that's when we made a concerted effort to make sure that we were supporting small businesses and restaurants in the area, buying food for the staff and for teachers to make sure, because we need them all to stay in business. And there's a couple in this area, there's one across the street, they're going to be out of business, and it's sad.
Right.
Well, you know, you guys, you know, like I said, you're doing the right things. And before I forget, let's give them the best ways they can contact your specific location, you know, website or social media or phone number, before I forget to do that.
It's the Primrose School of Five Forks, 3030 River Drive, Lawrenceville, Georgia, 30044. Telephone 770-985-0028. Website www.primroseschooloffiveforks.com.
And then we can go to askjeanne.com if we need anything else.
That's right.
That's where I go.
You know, I mean, that's why I tell people we have fun on these shows, because I like to poke fun at it. But no, I you know, we'll get to the end here, but I just want to thank you guys for what you're doing in the community. And it's true, the fallout of businesses that I say, hey, we're not opening up, things have surprised me. I say this in every show. This is, I think, our 27th episode. We're all in this together. You know, we're all in this together as human beings. You know, God's ultimate in control, but we got to do our part, keep doing our part. And I think on the other side, we're going to remember how much we just love people and our humanity, you know. And somebody, you'll find this funny. We did a cover of one of the magazines I own. We had shot the cover back in like February. And somebody made the comment, you know, that 1% you're speaking of, were you not practicing social distancing? And it was a friend of mine who was on the cover. And I said, this was done well before that, but you know what? I wish I could give him a big hug right now, you know? And that's,
right.
And, you know, so we tune out just like you guys, that 1%, and focus on that 99%. And I just applaud y'all for all you're doing, man. And I appreciate y'all taking time today. Gil Benjamin, owner, Jeanne VanEmburgh, Senior Director, Primrose, Five Forks. Thank you guys for joining me today on Community Connections.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll be getting this out soon. Y'all keep doing a great job. Folks,
That's awesome, man. Thanks for doing this.
You were
That was
welcome,
awesome.
and I'll have we'll be getting those links out to you. We can share it, and y'all keep on keeping on. I'm proud of you. Great work.
You too.
Right.
Take care, bud.
Nice meeting you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks. Folks, it's been another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. We will see you next time.